Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker, continuing our 31 Days of Horror with a look at the 2016 film Firstborn, brought to us by Nirpal Bogle. This is the story of Charlie and James, who have a baby girl, and there's like an evil entity that is around the girl, and they're trying to find ways to protect her from this evil. This movie... So it had some good ideas, I think, and it has some good intense moments, and I think some of the acting is actually really well done. The child actor is kind of so-so, but I'm not going to hold a lackluster child's performance against a movie. That seems rather petty for the most part. And yes, you can say that, oh, but there are some kid actors. Yes, some kid actors are great, but great kid actors are few and far between, so I'm not going to hold that against this film. I think how it's shot is really well done, and there's, as I said, there's some great atmosphere, there's some great intensity, and there are some very intense scenes in this. This is a good movie about, I mean, it's, yes, there's the evil entity, and it's also just kind of about, bad parenting a bit too, is kind of what's going on with this, because there's definitely some, and it's not even regretful parenting, where it's like you have some regrets about having that kid, kind of. It's kind of a feel I get from some of this, and that, this is the, not, because it wasn't a planned pregnancy type of thing. A complaint I do have, and this happens in a lot of movies, where you have extra characters whose only purpose in the film is to provide exposition to advance the story. They don't really do anything, and you could have done something else to get to the point in the story you need to get to without just someone explaining things. And I don't like being, I like more ambiguity, more subtlety, and less, here are the answers for you, because you can't read between the lines, or you don't have an imagination where you can think for yourself and try to figure it out. I don't want everything spelled out for me. I love it when I'm left after a movie going, what did that mean? In a good way. Now, there are times when there's just, the plot is terrible, and it leaves these gaping holes. This one, I think, is a little unbalanced at times, and part of it, I think, comes from the feeling that you get these exposition moments where it's like, yeah, you're just telling me what's going on. I don't need that. I want to see it. This is film. It's not a book. You don't have to spell it out for me. I can read things fine. I want visuals when I'm watching a movie. So, I mean, a scale of 1 to 10, it's like when you see a kid acting up in public, and a lot of people's first thought is, well, what's wrong with those parents that their child's behaving like this? But there's always more to the story than just what you're seeing at that moment. And this movie has a bit of that. There's more to the story going on as to what you're just seeing. And of course, they then explain it to you, which is kind of like, I don't need that. But I think the movie's decent overall. I think it was a good watch for the most part. I would recommend it. And I think it has enough merit of its own to justify catching this one. I think there's a good enough story here, which is not 100% unique, but it's just different enough where it's not the same old thing that has been done 100,000 times before. So that's all I've got for this one. Until next time, stay safe out there in the wasteland, folks.